访谈图灵奖得主是种怎样的体验？图灵奖呢是计算机领域的最高奖项，虽然我离获得图灵奖还有那么一点点距离，但是呢，我非常有幸采访到了图灵奖得主约瑟夫·斯发基斯教授。Many people is actually worrying like the current progressing of AI would causing some negative effects.
Of course, yes. It is completely meaningless to say that there is a threat coming from technology and from AI. I do not think that there is any risk that machines become more intelligent than humans. I think it's absolutely necessary for children to learn, for instance, what is a multiplication table. This is a huge risk for humanity.
We talk about intelligence versus consciousness, but there are still many people actually worrying like the current progressing of AI would causing some negative effects, especially on themselves. For example, people are worrying like if my job is going to be taken by the future AI or anything. Like for example, Elon Musk and together with thousands of AI researchers like send up a letter saying like they please don't proceed with more advanced AI like GPT-5. What do you think about that?
We know Musk likes to say sensational things. Okay,
yes.
So he made a lot of wrong predictions, and I think that technology is neutral. I am in favor of the development of AI, and now it is our responsibility to use AI wisely. This happens for many innovations, for instance, atomic energy can be used to produce electricity or to build bombs. Okay, I mean any innovation, for instance, in bioengineering. Okay, in bioengineering we have rules. Okay, because there are risks. Okay, so it is completely meaningless to say that there is a threat coming from technology and from AI. It's not. We're not talking about a meteorite that will fall to the earth, and even for that we have countermeasures. When they say that AI is a threat, they want to, I think, to convince people to accept that this is inevitable and to minimize their sense of responsibility. And this is a problem for society today, that we don't act responsibly with respect to what happens with AI. I do not think that there is any risk that machines become more intelligent than humans, and there are very stupid theories about that. I don't want to discuss this singularity, for instance. But the risk can come differently, in fact. Suppose that you have a slave who would make all your wishes come true. So you have a slave, like in some tales, you say, I need this, I need this, I need this. Okay. Would this make you happy? I'm not sure. And also, the risk with tools like ChatGPT is that people become too dependent on them. And they don't develop key skills that characterize human intelligence. So there is a risk for that. And in particular, in my interviews, I emphasize the risk for young children. It's very dangerous for young children to give access to ChatGPT, to LLMs.
Really?
Because the children will have the propensity for easy solutions that will not encourage the exercise. And you know that the human intelligence also and creativity developed through effort. Okay, if you don't make any effort, you will remain stupid for the life. So I think that the risk is that humans become too dependent on machines, and by accepting them, that the machines replace them in making critical decisions out of comfort and intellectual laziness. And this, of course, would be a very bad scenario for humanity. The danger comes from that, in fact.
Okay, that's a very interesting topic, actually. I think I've been asked quite a lot of, from my audiences, from students as well. Like they ask me, like now ChatGPT can remember everything, right? All the knowledges and stuff. What's the point? Like we remember that. Like what's the point of, we take exams remembering like which year happens, which event. What do you think of it? Do you think it's still necessary for the younger children to memorize or take exercises and study really hard.
Of course, yes. I think it's absolutely necessary for children to learn, for instance, what is a multiplication table, okay? Because, I mean, to understand the basic of arithmetic, if you don't understand what is proportionality, if you cannot make simple operations, simple reasoning on arithmetic operations, then you are lost. I mean, you will be always dependent on a machine. Okay, and it's a pity that already today I see young people that, for instance, to decide what job I will take. Okay,
yes.
So they ask ChatGPT or whatever, and this also make humans less responsive. You see, the essence of human nature is that we have the freedom of will, and we have the responsibility of our choices. So, of course, you can be very comfortable to say, "Oh, I've been advised by ChatGPT to take this way," and
yes,
of course, it happens to be not a good choice, but I have no responsibility for that. And this is a huge risk. This is a huge risk for humanity.
Okay, yeah. So that's the question: is if you rely on GPT to take responsible, who is responsible for ChatGPT then, right? So.
I mean, you are responsible, but you are discharging your responsibility, and this is the risk. Just because you will become too lazy. Okay. And I think all the game is that the big tech companies is that they want people to become dependent on this technology, and they are spending a lot of money on that. And of course, if people become dependent, I'm not saying that this technology is not useful. It's useful,
sure,
but this should be regulated. You see, there are rules, there are laws. For instance, it's prohibited to use drugs, for instance. Okay, why? Because society has an idea about what is a human. Okay, what is human dignity, and they consider that having drugs is a bad thing, and they forbid this. Okay. So I think by taking a similar reasoning, okay, you can say you will not have access to that, or we will regulate that. And in particular for younger people, this is very important.
Okay, I fully understand. But what if we move step forward, like say, okay, now I'm a fully trained, fully educated people. Like for example, you got your undergraduate degree and you choose to be a programmer. Should I using ChatGPT or LLMs to help me?
Of course, yes. You should use, yes, of course. If this enhances productivity and the quality of the software, it makes sense. However, and this is something we know, is that ChatGPT can introduce some errors that are very hard to detect, and you should be very careful with them.
Okay? Yeah, you should use model checking to check that.
No, but you cannot model check ChatGPT, and this is another problem. We know that AI is not explainable, as they say. So neural nets are just black boxes. Yes. And that's a big difference between the artifacts we build. For instance, when you write a program, you can reason about that. You can understand what happens.
Yeah.
For a neural network, you cannot understand. You just use it and take it or leave it. Okay. I mean, you have no choice.
Yes.
Of course, in some cases, it can be very useful, but you should take care to use it wisely somehow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think that's a very common situation. It reminds me some of the hardware design trend, right? So originally people designing using very kind of old-fashioned RTL languages to design chips, but now people is turning to high-level languages because they are easier to use and learn. But the thing is, you have no idea, like the compilers will give you. You have to take it. Something like the ChatGPT, if they give you the code, you have to take it. You have no idea if it's right or not. It's very difficult to verify. I think that's one of the
but still, even with these high-level languages, you can try to understand what happens. With ChatGPT, it's impossible to understand how the results are produced and the answers are developed.
Okay. But would you think it would be a future trend to have a explainable AI for the future trend of AI development?
No. Okay, I mean, explainability is theoretically possible, but for complexity reasons. So if I have a small neural nets, what it means explainability. Explainability means that I can understand how the neural network works.
Yes.
So we can understand for small neural networks how they work, because we can make a mathematical analysis and do that. Mm-hmm. But for huge neural networks, this is hopeless. Mm-hmm. We will never have explainability. Mm-hmm. And this also poses another very, very important question, mm-hmm. that you will have devices, systems that produce knowledge, mm-hmm. that is very different from scientific knowledge, because scientific knowledge is explained.
Yes.
So it allows predictability with the possibility to explain. So we trust the scientific knowledge. Yeah. This is something I explain also in my book. While knowledge produced by neural networks is not explainable, but it allows prediction, it allows solving problems. And okay. here, this is a very important difference.
Mm. But do you think explainability is necessary for future AI? Or we just use the black box?
I mean, explainability is at the basis of all the technical civilization.
Okay.
So science and technology has relied on explainable theories. Mm-hmm. Okay. And because of explainability, you are sure that when you build a bridge, it will not collapse for centuries with very high probability. Mm-hmm. I have worked for aircraft systems. So for aircraft systems, you can guarantee that the probability of failure mm-hmm. is less than, 10 to the minus 9 failures per. Okay. So everything in the technical civilization relies on explainability. Okay, and everything, all the artifacts are certified today. So you buy a toaster, it's certified. If you use it properly, it will not kill you. Mm-hmm. You buy a toy for your children, you know that this is certified. Okay.
Yes.
But which software is certified? Okay. Right. What guarantees you have when you use ChatGPT that it will not tell lies or whatever, or it will not produce fake information? That's a big difference, in fact.